I'm AGM Football. Arsenal 1, Ipswich 0 down here at the Emirates Stadium. Look, at the end of the day, Man City drew with Everton yesterday and could have lost the game. You can only beat what's in front of you. Big 3 points. Where do you stand with it, Marty? What are your thoughts after today's game?
Well, I think it's really interesting what you say is, after the Everton game here, I remember a lot of people are really disappointed with the result. And obviously my take on it, obviously I always like to win, but I wasn't that disappointed. At the end of the day, Everton have picked up a point against Chelsea and both Man City, albeit Man City's form at the moment has not been absolutely, it's actually been pretty dire in relegation. But it gives... It for me puts it in more perspective. Also Fulham beating Chelsea yesterday puts that result in a lot more perspective. This is Premier League football and anyone can beat anyone. Ipswich Town, they beat Tottenham at their place. So look, they can beat. I'm not saying Tottenham are a top side, but they can on their day put goals. I think they beat Villa 4-0 this season, and obviously, albeit they've been absolutely smashed by a few teams as they do. So it's never always going to be a foregone conclusion. It's Christmas. It's a fixture, build up. At the end of the day, we got the points and we got the result, and that's for me the most important thing. We laboured it in parts, and it was long and it was a drawn out game, and it wasn't the most exciting of games, but getting the 3 points is what we need, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I was quick to praise Leandro Trossard today. I thought he had a really good game. I mean, where do you stand with that?
Look, at the end of the day, he put a ball on a plate for Havertz and he got the assist. So, without that, we're 0-0. I think he did well. He played well. I do still prefer him off the bench as an impact sort of player. He played well. I think there was a lot of times when he was open down the left-hand side, especially in the second half, and the ball could have gone to him. And we could have made more use of him. I would have liked to have seen maybe a few more of those areas being switched up a little bit more. I liked it near the end of the game where he put Jesus to the right and he put Havertz in the middle, and he changed that little lot around. Martinelli at times played through the middle, slightly. And you could see potentially what could sort of be. But at the end of the day, Ipswich Town came here. They didn't come here to try and beat us 4-0 or whatever. They came here in my eyes to nick a point, and they did a fantastic job with a low block, tight defence. And when the goal went in, it did make them come at us a bit more, and it did open the game up. And it was a different game, because as that 0-0 goes on and on throughout the game, and later they just get tighter and tighter and defensively, and then we struggle potentially to break them down and to get the goal that we need, and then we end up walking away with another 0-0, and everyone's having a meltdown.
Yeah, do you think they looked at Everton as a blueprint? They must have done, surely.
Yeah, of course. Listen, these teams know how to setting up with a low block with everyone behind the ball. As long as you can defend correctly in banks of 4, and as long as you can correctly defend and get rid of the ball, then you're not gonna it's not going to be a problem. Obviously, goals can go in, but that is. I'd say a blueprint. This is a Sean Dyche blueprint. That was. But today it didn't quite work out for Ipswich, and when they were chasing the game, I think people forget they caught us very quickly within the first minute. They flashed the ball across the goal, and if someone was there, that would have been in the back of the net. And the game's different, and they're 1-0 up, and it can be a bit of a challenge from there on in. But look, we got the results and the result. And played well, and the rest is history. We move on to Brentford, we move on to Brighton.
Would you predict 6 out of 6 over those 2 games for points?
I wouldn't predict 6 out of 6, but you need to be looking to get 6 out of 6. You need to be looking to pick up points 100%. I think we need to. We've drawn a lot of games and we've lost a few games. We are really running out of chances. We need to make if we're going to win the Premier League, we need to make these games count. It's as simple as that.
There we go. Never heard it truer. Cheers, mate. Great interview.